And that is probably the most important thing for Russia, as Russia's economy has suffered significantly since it illegally invaded Ukraine because of the sanctions. It wants to work with other countries that are not part of that alliance that has put sanctions on Russia to find ways to evade sanctions. And that's probably the most troubling part of this summit as well. The
Yeah.
countries that are there and that are participating are part of a dialogue about how do you avoid sanctions. And from a Western perspective, these sanctions are justified because of the illegal invasion of Ukraine, because of the atrocities that Ukraine has committed, because Putin himself is indicted as a war criminal by the ICC.
And David, let me just ask you, too, how much of this summit is just a photo op? I mean, does BRICS actually hold influence on the world stage?
It doesn't hold the type of influence that, for instance, the NATO alliance does. It's not a military alliance, and notably, some of the countries that are part of the BRICS alliance don't even agree with each other on lots of fundamental things. So it doesn't have the strength and the fortitude of the NATO alliance, and it can't act together as the NATO alliance does on military and on defense matters. But it does matter in the sense that it is a convening forum for countries that don't agree with Western values, that don't agree with the ability of Western countries to put sanctions and other punishments on countries that violate international law. And in that way, it is concerning because it's an end run on international law. It's an end run on bigger multilateral organizations like the UN, although I would note the UN Secretary General is attending BRICS, which is something he's been largely criticized for, especially by the Western countries.